tip regarding momentum, I revealed to you an embarrassing story about why I wasn't recording videos for a couple of months. I couldn't figure out why my microphone was working, and I let life just kind of take control and went on vacation and lost a lot of momentum in my business and in recording these videos. And when I finally made time, I discovered that it was simply just a battery issue. So this kind of leads into also another law on leadership, which is the law of priorities. I can't really tell you what obligations or responsibilities or tasks got in the way that prohibited me from really diagnosing the problem. Doesn't that happen to a lot of us, that we have these tasks that we want to complete, we have these goals that we want to achieve, and we just simply allow life to control us instead of us controlling life? As leaders, it's important that we understand this law of priorities. We must understand that activity is not necessarily accomplishment. And applying this law of priorities determines our effectiveness. In Brian Tracy's book, Eat That Frog, he talks about, eating a frog essentially is the most difficult thing to do for many people, unless you like eating frogs. But it's if it was assigned as a task, it's something that we don't want to do, and we keep putting it off and putting it off. And in this book, it teaches, well, get that out the way, eat the frog and get it over with. And that frog is just basically a metaphor for these big tasks or responsibilities. There are these goals that we want to hit, but the task and responsibilities involved, we have sometimes a difficult time working on those or achieving those type goals. And we don't want to say out loud why we don't do them. It's, sometimes they're not important as we thought they would be to us, or we're scared to do them, not thinking we'll succeed in accomplishing that task. And frankly, maybe it's just too hard for us. We don't think we can do it. But if you really want to become a better version of yourself, you got to put yourself to the test. You got to manage your priorities. Managing your priorities, and you manage your time. We talk about, we just allow time to get away from us, or I don't have time. And that simply just goes around, what's important to you? What priorities do you have that you want to accomplish? And how do you prioritize? One way to prioritize is determine what gives you the best rate on your return. Similar to how money, you put something, you invest in something, and what's your rate of return? Same thing with your time. What gives you the greatest reward of your time for investing in a particular task or a particular responsibility? I mentioned before that I run a Chamber of Commerce, and we have an intern on hand. And I still struggle sometimes on delegating some tasks over to her. Just simple things that I've learned and just learned to do because I founded this chamber. And it's hard for me just to give her some easy things that, I brought her on board to do in the first place. And sometimes it's easier for me to do it than teaching her how to do it, just that time. But if I actually took the time to teach her some of these things on what I do within the chamber, then I can remove those things off my plate, and then I can be more effective at running the chamber. So prioritizing that time to invest in delegating some of the responsibilities so I can become a more effective leader within the chamber. So think about the goals that you want to accomplish, and then think about those tasks that are just sitting, waiting for you to attack. Think about some responsibilities that you haven't been as responsible as you want to be simply because you haven't made them a priority. If you want to become a better leader, you must be able to become better at managing your priorities.
I just wanna